What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. You know what, man? Seemed like that knockout Keith Thurman got really rejuvenated him to some degree. That was kind of just what the doctor ordered. After a long layoff like this, have to fly all the way to Australia just to get a fight with a big, young, strong welterweight and knock him out in the third round in somewhat spectacular fashion. Especially the first one. You know, and you can't come back no better than that. Be honest with you. No, he wasn't. That wasn't the biggest name fighter in the world, but it still was a legitimate welterweight fight, and he got the knockout after sitting out almost 3 years. Once again, you can't ask for a better way to come back into the game. I think Keith Thurman can still be effective if you put him in the right fights. I don't think he can fight anybody at this age, but I do think there's some good fights left in him. I really do. I think as long as he's fighting the other elder welterweights or maybe one of the somewhat greener, younger welterweights, I think he'll be fine. I think the problem will be with guys like maybe Boots, uh, maybe Stanionis. I haven't seen a whole lot of him, but from what I've seen, he big, strong, and a good all around solid fundamental fighter. But I think there's a lot of guys that Keith Thurman got a damn good shot against at welterweight. Will he be a champion again? That's yet to be seen, but he definitely can make some good money out there. I think it's possible. Once again, with the right fights, I think he can beat. And then once again, let's just say he go through his next training camp with no injuries, go out there, look good again. If he can get through a couple of training camps without getting injured and look the way he looked against Brock Jarvis against a higher, you know, I say Brock Jarvis was number 12. Let's try him at number six. Around the six, the number six welterweight or something like that in the next fight. If he can do, and if he can, he ain't necessarily got to knock him out, but if he, that would be nice. But if he can just win the fight, convincingly, where it ain't no doubt about uh, getting any love from the referees or anything, like if he can clearly go out there and be himself against a guy that's in the top 10, I think then shit at that point you got to put him in there with whoever on top. You know, Keith's name is big enough. He will always be able to sell, especially after having a fight like that. You won't have a problem selling a Keith Thurman fight. And if you get the right competitor, you might have yourself a big fight on your hands because Keith is not a guy that like to lose, and he used to winning, and so he not gonna go out there and just intentionally embarrass himself. I don't see that. So I think it may be some good things ahead for Keith, man. Like I said, I like what I saw in that fight, and I like what I saw more so in the second and third round than I did in the first. It did seem as though when he was flat-footed and sort of just standing in front of Brock Jarvis, he got caught with big shots. And I think he had been on his toes for the last few years that I seen him when he was fighting somewhat consistently at welterweight, and I think that's just hit. I think that's just the best way for him to do it now. On his toes, moving around the ring. It seemed like he's much more comfortable fighting that way, and he seemed to be able to catch guys. His combinations land better off movement. It seemed like than it do when him just stepping, just stepping to a fighter. But outside of that, man, this was just what Keith needed, that knockout, man. I'm glad the fight went the way that it did. I think if he'd have had a long 12-round fight against Brock Jarvis, he may have had some, it may have made a little bit of doubt creep in. And I think by him handling that fight with, look to me, no problem, I think that's gonna have his confidence nice and high for the next for the next opponent he get in the ring with. My thing is him getting through training camp, and if he can go through another training camp with no injuries and feeling pretty good going into the fight, he may be ready to go ahead and get back in the game. I hope so. I mean, like I say, that we, boxing need more engaging fighters like that. A fighter that can and know how to engage with the with the reporters and the YouTubers and the fans in general. And know how to express himself in an entertaining manner. You gotta have guys like that in the sport to keep the sport alive. So hopefully Keith Thurman back to his old self again, man. And once again, congratulations. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.